Hi there everyone, welcome to this video, and on here I'll be teaching you, or we'll go through textural robots Esi-bot. Shall we jump into Blender then? So here we have Esi-bot. Looks like we finished with the modeling part of it. So we've gone through modeling the head to modeling the thighs. Now what we are going to do is add textures, which is basically the colors of your robot, what is going to go on here, how the colors are going to be, and all of that. So in order to preview them, we enter to a mode we call material preview, and you see that everything by default is white. You're going to face that because generally, as you all know, this looks boring. No one will really want to be interested in seeing something like this. So let's go on. But what we can first start off is, you see this mood color. Let's go to the shading tab over here, enter camera mode. This mood color, what you can do is click surface, go to emission, we'll just put a mouse pointer here, hover over it, hit Ctrl C, hover over the emission color, hit Ctrl V. Yes, and that gives us the colors we are looking for. So wherever we apply that color is now going to glow. You can go here and then we see that over there. You can increase the strength. You can try previewing this in cycles. As you know, cycles doesn't really support, doesn't work as EV, so because of that we see the reference cube. Can't select it because you disable selection on it, so go to it, enable selection, select it. What you can do is just hide it in the viewport. So now I like the reflections our glow is giving us. That's very good. I also see we have another problem here. You can hide the camera for now. You can see we have a boolean cube. What you can do is can just name this boolean and add a transparent BSDF, I believe. Yes, right there. So now it basically shows nothing. It may show a little bit. Last time it's absolutely white. Yes, we can't see anything. Alright, so we are going to start slowly, then build on as we go. So with all these boolean objects, for now we can just hide all of them. Going to mainly work here. See, those are not part of the boolean objects. Can move them to the robots collection. Robots. Alright then, I'll check that. So then we go. Alt click the bar screen. Let's add the shader to that, shall we? Can just name this back screen. With the back screen, what we want to do is add those kind of screen textures, little dots just displayed all over. So we are going to attempt in making that. We'll look for a Voronoi texture, beautiful. Color ramp. And you can just go for an animation. Hit the / key to view only the object, so you can preview what. Can plug in the distance to the factor, so you see what we get here by default. Scale, so this is not something you want. Let's go for Chebyshev. I'm getting something. Okay, so then we are looking for, can just close this over here, don't save. So what you can do now is go to 2D, smooth F1, and we can choose Euclidean. Reduce the randomness, then we get that nice grid. So now we can increase, decrease the roughness. Yes, and of course just harden the edges a bit. Alright, so then we get that fill. But in order to kind of give us a general sense of the colors we want, you can go to Google and open the page here. Look for a female color palette. For female color palette, and you have some nice feminine colors. So I think I would like to come here. So we can use this color palette as sort of a guide basically. So you just choose which color you like. Maybe I'd like to try this kind of purple. I'll copy that, go to Blender. On the black, as you can see, black is the color of the circles basically. Go to the hex, paste that, press enter. Then you get the color of that. Increase the scale, and of course the strength. Or by default you can make it something bluish. Beautiful. Okay, we got something nice going on. You can flip the color ramp and see what you get. Just trying to see what best fits. You can check normalize. Just playing the sliders to get good looking circles. Alright, that looks like a good back screen. Using the objects. Good. Using the object coordinates. We'll increase the scale more. Let's go for 300. Hit / again. Enable screencast keys. We can't see because our glass is in the way, so what we have to do is Yes, with the front screen, all you can do is reduce the roughness, call this front screen, reduce the roughness, increase the weight of that, go to change this to alpha blend, and in EV we enable screen space reflections. Yeah, we get that glass that we are looking for. Just enable screen space refraction and enable it also in the EV settings. And then we got some transparent glass going on there. Alright then, go back to cycles. Let's see how this is. Looks beautiful. I can select a bar screen, sharpen the edge, so then we'd like to give textures to this. Now this is where you can apply the female colors to. So first of all, I'd like to change my render samples to 100, and of course the noise. Okay, looking pretty good. So you click on the mouse, you can name this face and change this to animation. Alright, so then just think, what would you like? Remember, the color palette is up to your choice. Just choose with what you are comfortable with. I would like to go with something like this, so I copy this again, go here, enter the hex, paste it, so you can increase the strength of that. Click on the eyes and use that same material. You can go to the bar screen, use this, and instead of the blue we use that. Beautiful. Looks pretty cool to me. Remember, you can just deepen this color a bit, go a bit more into the red. Looks quite cool to me. I would like to work more on the circles. See if I can increase the size. Into constant. looks good to me. So then let's look for a good material for the main body itself. So you can call this body material. Can look for something nice. Maybe a nice pink, perhaps. So copy this. Beautiful. So then we get a nice metallic texture. But of course, when it comes to materials, it's good to have imperfections. You know, in this world, nothing is really perfectly smooth nor perfectly rough. So you want to add those surface imperfections. But how do we do that, you may ask? Well, a good website I recommend that offers CCO textures is CG Bookcase. Once you've got that in there, visit the website. They offer free PBR textures that are CCO, that are under the CCO license. So you can browse the textures. You see the textures they offer. Then we want to go to surface imperfections. So here we have different surface imperfections, water droplets, we have smudges, liquid stains, fingerprints, handprints, whatever it is. By default, what we have there, it may not be a lot, but for me it's good, for me it's okay. So we would like to add it to the robots, but you may ask how. Well, first of all, I'll use this phone screen as an example. You know, the front screen is using a glass material. First of all, we want to import our image. So you go to image texture, open it, scroll down to our image textures. I have a folder with surface imperfections. So then I just choose what I like is liquid stains. So I can come here, or that dead dust. Beautiful. And I want to change the color space to non-color. Remember, hit Ctrl T with the Node Wrangler add-on enabled. Use the object coordinates. Then can now plug this color into the roughness. Let's view this in material preview mode. You see, and it has those surface imperfections. Very cool and very easy. Remember, when you use image textures, it lowers your render time whilst producing a good result for you, which is also good. You can also add this to the weight of the transmission. And you see we get something going on. So now how do you control this? We add a color ramp, place it here, go with ease. So we can just reduce the whiteness a bit, increase the value of the black too as well. And you can as well connect it to the transmission, the weight of it. See, at first it looks very nasty, to be honest. Duplicate that, place that here. That won't work, so we reset the color ramp and start from scratch. So what I would like to do is flip it around. Going to material preview because EV is much faster. So then I want more transparency. Beautiful. Remember, just customize it to your personal preferences. Snap all of that. Alright. You shall visit this back later, don't worry. Alright, so then we go on. Yeah, working on this. We also like to add some surface imperfections to this as well. So add an image texture, open, go to our surface imperfections folder, then we are going to look for what will look good on this. Handprints, liquid stains, smudges. Let's try smudges. Once that's loaded, set that to non-color, connect that to the, you can use it on the roughness though. Beautiful. So if the default UV coordinates don't work well for you, go with object or use the generated. But you see, in this case, generated doesn't work well for us, so we go with object. Alright, or UV perhaps. Beautiful. I want to scale this up a bit. Let's go with a value of 3. So we'll go with 1 or 0.5 perhaps. That's a lot. Let's go with 1.5. Quite good, not bad. can just reduce the intensity of this. Just customizing this. You see it's too shiny. I want to, okay, sending that back helps. Got some good material going on there. Can increase this a bit. It's not bad though. Looks good. So then we can apply this to this using the UV coordinates. Not bad. So go to body material. The reason why this looks stretched is because if I'm to copy this and use this the objects, I'll undo that, make sure they are linked. This is because of the UV that this has. So you have to go to UV editing, select all of that. See, this is not the best UV map. What you can do is UV and then unwrap. Okay, that should give us a good result. Yes, that's good. So you just have to unwrap that. You go with this ones too as well. Now that you are done, you can apply the solidify modifiers. So let that unwrap. Remember to apply the scale. When you apply this, you have to adjust the bevel. Okay. What you can do is add an edge seam here. Control.